Imagine a world without water. This was the reality for ancient Rome, a sprawling city baked under the sun, its people thirsting for more than just a sip. But one man, Marcus, an engineer with a poet's heart, dared to dream. He looked towards the distant, misty mountains, shrouded in clouds, and envisioned a river in the sky, a man-made miracle that would carry life itself to his parched home. One night, as Marcus sketched his ambitious designs under the moonlight, a shimmering figure appeared before him. It was a water spirit, ethereal and flowing, its voice like the gentle rush of a stream. It didn't speak in words, but in visions. It showed Marcus a path, not of dirt and stone, but of flowing light, winding through lush, Ghibli-esque forests where ancient trees were draped in moss and sunlight dappled through the leaves. It revealed the secret heart of the mountain, a spring so pure and abundant it could quench the thirst of an empire. This was no longer just an engineering problem. It was a sacred quest. With newfound inspiration, Marcus gathered his team. These were not just builders, they were artists, dreamers, and pioneers. Their work began at the foot of the mountains. They chiseled massive blocks of stone, each one a testament to their strength and precision. But this was no ordinary construction. Infused with a touch of the water spirit's magic, some stones seemed to defy gravity, floating into place as if guided by an unseen hand. The team worked in harmony with nature, their tools ringing in time with the forest's pulse. Slowly, majestically, the great arches began to rise. They stretched across valleys like stone giants holding hands, their silhouettes stark against the sunrise. Each keystone was set with a ceremony, a prayer to the gods, and a whisper of thanks to the water spirit. The aqueduct wasn't just being built, it was being woven into the very fabric of the landscape. As the structure grew, it became a sight to behold, a ribbon of human ingenuity winding its way from the wild heart of the mountains towards the bustling heart of civilization. The journey was long and fraught with challenges. Storms lashed at the half-finished arches, and skeptics in the city council called Marcus a fool for chasing a phantom. But the vision of the water spirit burned bright in his mind. He remembered the promise of lush forests and flowing water, and it gave him the strength to persevere. His team, loyal and inspired, worked tirelessly, their spirits lifted by the tangible progress they made each day. The aqueduct became more than a project. It was their shared legacy taking shape. Finally, the day came. The last section was complete, connecting the mountain spring directly to the city. A hush fell over the crowd gathered in the Roman Forum as Marcus stood before a newly constructed fountain. With a turn of a massive bronze lever, the first trickle of mountain water emerged. It grew from a trickle to a stream, then a gush, arcing into the sky before splashing into the basin below. A roar erupted from the crowd. It was a sound of pure joy, of relief, of a dream made real. The arrival of water was like a second founding of Rome. The economic impact was immediate and profound. Markets that once sold dusty grains now overflowed with vibrant produce from newly irrigated farms. New industries sprang up. Dye makers whose colors were now more brilliant, potters whose clay was now easier to work, and fullers who could clean wool more efficiently than ever before. The city's economy didn't just grow, it bloomed. The aqueduct wasn't just a channel for water, it was a channel for prosperity. But the true transformation was social. The grand public baths, all thermae, opened their doors. These were not just places to get clean, they were magnificent social hubs. People from all walks of life, senators, merchants, soldiers, and common folk gathered under the same roof. They soaked in the warm pools, discussed politics in the steam rooms, and exercised in the palestra. The shared water washed away social divides, fostering a sense of community and unity. Health improved, spirits lifted, and the city felt more alive than ever. Beyond the city walls, the environment itself began to change. Lands that had been barren and cracked for centuries drank in the life-giving water. What was once dust became soil. Seeds long dormant sprouted, and patches of brown turned to swaths of green. Private villas and public parks were filled with vibrant gardens, their flowers perfuming the air. The overflow from the city's fountains created new streams and wetlands, attracting birds, insects, and other wildlife. The aqueduct had not conquered nature, it had partnered with it, creating a new and thriving ecosystem where humanity and the environment flourished together. Centuries passed, the Roman Empire rose, fell, and became the stuff of legend. Dynasties came and went, but the aqueducts remained. They stood as silent, enduring witnesses to the passage of time. The sharp edges of their stone softened, covered now in a blanket of green moss and dotted with wildflowers. Vines climbed their mighty arches, and birds nested in their crevices. They were no longer just feats of engineering. They were part of the natural landscape, monuments where human genius and the patient artistry of nature had merged into one. They became a symbol of a timeless legacy, a reminder that the greatest things we build are those that serve life, that connect us to each other and to the world around us. Even today, you can see their echoes. And if you look closely at a fountain in the heart of the modern city, you might just catch a shimmer in the splashing water, a fleeting glimpse of a familiar, flowing form. The water spirit, its quest complete, its promise fulfilled, has returned home, its eternal dance continuing in the very heart of the city he helped to create. Thank you for watching this journey through time. If you were inspired by this story of vision and perseverance, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tales of how our world was shaped. See you next time.